All right. So, those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Austin. I very much welcome you to the channel. And if you like what you see, consider subscribing. Behind me is my 2003 Chevy Silverado 1500, and we're going to go for a little bit of a drive. You know, we're going to explore the story behind it, see how it's been good to me over these last 8 years, see where we go from there. I decided to call these just Let's Go for a Drive, or LGFAD. It did something like that, because I never really wanted to do reviews, and never really wanted to do just casual driving. You know, I just want to get to know the car, how it drives, and where applicable, get to know the owner. In this case, it'd be myself. I think I know myself pretty well. Now we're behind the wheel. So it was actually a pretty interesting story on how I got my hands on this. So roughly about 8 years ago, my mom had recently sold her Astro van, and I knew I needed something all-wheel drive and that can haul a bunch. At the time, I drove a 2013 Hyundai Elantra, and I knew I could afford 2 cars. So the search went. I believe back at the time, Craigslist was still the place to go to. So I found this on Craigslist for about $2,000. At the time, this thing needed a new transmission, because it only went backwards. It could not go forwards. But I still bought it for $1,500, because that was the deal at the time. And so I had a transmission shop, picked up the transmission, and that was another $1,500 there. So all in all, to get this, it cost me about $3,000. Especially now in 2024, that is a hell of a deal. I also apologize in advance if this thing is shaking like crazy. It looks like it is, at least on my end. So fast forward to about 8 years later, and this thing is still driving. Still on the rebuilt transmission, stock engine, stock rear suspension, stock everything. The only thing that is done to this is that I have an M80 cherry bomb muffler welded in, because the stock one got a giant hole rusted into it, and the wheels and tires. But I bought this truck with those wheels and tires, so everything else is how I bought it. The ceiling's coming undone. You can't see it in camera, but there's a door panel there that's completely missing. But this thing has served me. This thing has served me very well over the last 8 years. We're currently sitting at just over 250,000 miles. We're at 251, and I plan on seeing this thing to a lot more, because contrary to popular belief, with all the surface rust it's got on it, and I'll make sure to show some in the B-roll. But I can turn this key every single day, and it'll start every single time. This thing has not let me down. Turn it. So in the future, what I want to do with this is basically I want to turn it into, you know, the absolutely fantastic daily driver. I mean, it's good as it is now, but like with most things that are 21 years old, there's always room for more. Always going to be room for more. You know, so better wheels and tires, because let's be frank, it's hard to get my hands on 285, 75, 16 tires nowadays, especially trying to find ones that are not all-terrain tires, which I'll be honest, this thing does not see off-road all that often. But I definitely would like to see this become the best version of itself that it can be. Obviously starting with, you know, fixing it up and making sure it's absolutely 100%, because it sure as hell ain't perfect. You can see in the steering wheel, I'm still going straight. But we're definitely gonna turn this into probably the greatest daily driver that I could turn this into. And you know what? I'd happily love to go along for the ride. I don't think I mentioned yet what its name is, and is so. Oh. There was some construction here. There we go. So a few years back, a good friend of mine suggested the name Sparrow, named after Red Sparrow by Jennifer Lawrence. And since then, this name has stuck ever since. So his name is Sparrow, not to be confused with the bird or the book. I haven't really read the book, but we'll see how it is. It might be a 20-year-old truck with a stock V8 under the hood, but somehow, some way, it still puts a smile on my face every time you give it the beans.
Hey, future editing awesome here. I just realized I made no kind of outro for this. Whoops, my bad. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new here, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time.